Well, hi Cancers, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Cancers, let's find out what can you expect coming up in your life. If this reading resonates, it's probably your reading. If it does not resonate, it is probably not your reading. And I suggest to check maybe your moon sign. That is your private emotional self. Or get a private reading from somebody you trust. So Cancers, let's get started. Wow, we got the Fool right in the middle of your reading. Surrounds the entire reading, Fool card. So the Fool, Fool is fun. Fool is throwing caution to the wind. It's not, it's looking up into the clouds, but not looking forward. And so the thing with the Fool card is they usually find themselves at the edge of a cliff, okay? So decisions will have to be made. You might like run into a brick wall in a relationship. The Fool energy is fun, but it doesn't usually last. So let's find out why this Fool energy surrounds your entire reading. Yeah, up here in your highest energy, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you found yourself against a brick wall. You found yourself having to make some hard decisions. These swords are swords of truth and clarity. There's no 11 of Swords, so this pain will end. Okay? I call this card the card of the ending. The ending of the Fool energy. These are the two strongest energy cards in your entire reading. So you're coming to an end of this Fool energy. Oh, we have the Seven of Pentacles right next to the Ten of Swords and right above the Fool card. Yeah, it has something to do with waiting for commitment. Okay, this is usually what happens in the Fool relationship, okay? It's fun. It's carefree. There's a lot of frolic and, it really is a happy and fun energy. But the thing is one of the parties usually end up wanting something more solid, something more grounded. And so in your energy, it looks like it was you that wanted something maybe even committed from this relationship. So you stopped looking up in the clouds, you started looking forward, and found yourself waiting for this relationship to become grounded instead of just up in the air, flighty, and living day by day. You started looking toward the future. So we have the Five of Swords right next to the Seven of Pentacles. So you start gathering up these swords of truth and clarity. And you're looking back, you can't take your mind off of this person, whoever it is that you're in this Fool energy with, because that is a fun energy. But as far as looking toward the future, I don't know, you're gathering up some swords of truth and clarity. Something happened that hurt you. You're getting over it. You're putting it, it's ending. It's coming to an end. Let's just read on. Under the Ten of Swords is the Justice card. The Justice card is the card for Libra. So Libra might be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But this is going into self-protection mode. You've got your sword up. You're rebalancing your scales here because, like I say, it's right below the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the end of the pain, the end of, like, the truth hurts, and I think that's what happened here, some sort of truth. It has to do with commitment or security or stability or just moving the relationship a step further. So here you are, swords up. Scales are becoming balanced, and this, it's like self-justice. So you're coming into your power here, right next to the Fool energy. And then on the other side of the full energy is the world. You're entering a whole new life cycle. It's because of all this truth. It's because of all this clarity that you are getting, however you're obtaining it. But you're still looking back. You know, I don't know if this person is moving into this new life cycle with you yet or not, but you are definitely moving into a new life cycle. Let's keep reading. Away from the full energy. The King of Swords is right under the Justice card. This is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, so this gives us 2 for Libra so far. That might be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. Here you are, sword up again, self-protection mode, but you're seeking truth. And that's what all these swords are about, truth and clarity and through conversation. So I see that you're after the truth about what is the future look like here. Okay? It's right next to the Wheel of Fortune. That's why I say that. The Wheel of Fortune is awesome. The Wheel of Fortune right under the Fool card. Yes, the universe has become involved. The universe is helping you to move away. The wheel is spinning, and it's pulling you away from the Fool energy. It's making you stronger. It's making you more aware of this energy that you were living in, and more aware of what you want, okay, from life. So the wheel is turning, and it's turning, and it's pulling, it's pushing, it's whispering in your ear, and it's spinning right towards this King of Pentacles, which is laying right between the World card and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, is this the person that you're looking back at? I don't know, but I know you have your eye on that pentacle, and it is all about the pentacles. So you're moving into a new life cycle that will be more grounded, more secure, and more stable. This is a card for Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So one of those may be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. So you are moving into a new life cycle towards more security, more stability, and you have your sword up over here, and it's like nothing's going to stop you from moving forward now. Nothing. You're out of the Fool energy. It wasn't easy, but you did it. But you keep looking back. You're looking back at somebody. I wonder if they have any earth in their chart. And I wonder if you're moving forward with them or without them. Let me see. Let's take out the second part of this reading. I hope we get our answers. Oh, you're confused about it. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, you've been in the middle of a spiritual lesson. How to look out for yourself. Okay. You're moving forward with this person. And, okay, let's just start up here in your highest energy. I have the Two of Pentacles. Confusion about the Pentacles, see? They weren't coming to fruition. You kept waiting, you know, something going to happen? Is this relationship going to advance in any way? One day maybe you felt like it would, and the next day you'd be like, I don't think so. I think, this is never going to come to fruition. The next day it's like there's some hope, and then the next day is a roller coaster ride. A lot of confusion associated with this person, you know. And then this Two of Pentacles is confusion on whether or not this relationship can be grounded. This is a card for success. And it is about success and love here. We have a wreath that you're carrying as this staff of new beginnings and fresh starts. All these wands in the background are people who celebrate your success and love. So, there was confusion associated with whether or not there would be success with this person in moving forward into a new life cycle that is more grounded and secure. It looks like there's a tower moment. This is probably where this pain came from, the Ten of Swords. You probably, because swords of communication, truth and clarity, you probably said something. You probably had a little argument or something, and you were kind of butting heads about it. I just feel the two of you being defensive in your own thoughts, you know, in this conversation. So I feel like there was a tower moment, but under all this confusion, I have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, they're coming back in. They love you. You know, I don't even know, in this first part of the reading, there's no cups. So I don't even know if they've ever told you their feelings. I think after this tower moment, they have time to kind of really, you know, take this relationship a little more seriously than they were. And they're coming back with a cup of love. They want to work on this relationship. I have the Eight of Pentacles right next to the Knight of Cups and under the Six of Wands. They want to work on this relationship. They want to see if they can make it, you know, be a part of it as it becomes more stable, more secure. This has all been a judgment. This has all been a spiritual lesson. This Judgment card is right between the Tower and the Eight of Pentacles. There's your spirit, your guardian angels, your spirit guides. They've been blowing this horn down upon you. I think they're blowing it on them too. I think you're both in this spiritual lesson because of where this card falls. And it is about how to enjoy life and look towards the future at the same time. Okay? You're awakening. And I think they're awakening because they're coming back with this cup of love. And it's after this argument over here. You might have separated. I don't know. I don't see that you separated, but you could have. And they're coming back with this cup of love. Somebody might have stormed out. They might have stormed out and they're coming back with a cup of love. It's like, let's work on this. Under the Knight of Cups is the Hermit. This is the card for Virgo. Virgo might be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. Virgo is an earth sign, by the way, right next to the King of Pentacles. So that gives us 2 for Virgo. So this is seeking your path forward. You're thinking that you need a permanent, a secure, a stable, and committed relationship. And you're wondering, what is your path forward? Well, with the Hermit, I like to look around the Hermit because they're shining a lantern on the King of Pentacles. This is what you want, a pentacle. It's also shining a lantern on this energy of this card. I think this person that you've been in this full energy with, they actually do have a pentacle, and it's whether or not they want to share it with you. It's right, the Hermit is right below the Knight of Cups, and they're saying, hey, wait a minute here. Don't freak out because they're coming back. They love you, and they're going to want to work on this relationship. I have the Magician on the back side of the Hermit. This Magician, first off, there's the infinity symbol. I think you kind of feel, you kind of know that they really do love you, even if they've never said it. You also know a lot of answers to your own questions if you just listen to yourself because your intuition's running very high. You have all the tools it takes to make this relationship work, or any relationship work. But in this relationship, you do have a cup of love. You have a pentacle for security and stability. You have a wand for fresh starts and new beginnings. You have a sword for truth and clarity. You're gathering them up here, and then you put them up over here. And so the Magician here, you have everything it takes. It's right next to the Hermit. Those are the 3 cards that connect to the Hermit. Is pointing, the Magician's pointing right at the 3 of Cups. And here they are. It's a reunion. So I think there was a separation. I think they're coming back in, and they want to work on this relationship. It's like you both learned a spiritual lesson. And then it's a very happy reunion because it's all about what you really wanted from this relationship. So it's very happy. And there's a lot of love here. They are bringing a pentacle with them. They really want to work on building pentacles. So I'm going to take out one more card, Cancers, for this reading. Oh my gosh. It's a 4 of Wands. Oh my gosh. The Four of Wands, they are a divine soulmate. You know, they feel the connection just like you do. And they are accepting it, okay? At first, maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just like, you know, living in the present, not thinking about the future. But they've given it some thought, and that's why they're coming back. They feel this connection too. Divine soulmate, union between two people. This card can symbolize marriage, love, and joy. And it goes right here. So, here you are. You haven't forgotten about them. I think you separated with these two cards being here after a fight or a tiff or a whatever you want to call it, a disagreement. And it was over the confusion on where this relationship was going to go. Well, I see it heading right towards marriage. I see it heading towards commitment down the road. But first, they will come back and they will offer to work on this relationship because they really do have feelings for you. So, wow. Cancers, this was your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.